Hello, everyone. Welcome to the moon forecast for the new moon in April in Aries. I'm Kendall Shahan, the Bohemian Tarot Girl, and this is my friend and co-host, Amy Aminette. She's an intuitive healer. Amy, do you want to give a little shout out for yourself?
Hi, everyone. I'm Amy Aminette, and I am an intuitive healer, intuitive energy coach, and I've been working with the energy a long time and have been leading and facilitating moon circles for several years now. And so we like to get together for the full and new moon and always tap into that energy so that you can kind of learn how to flow with it better and see what you can expect with the upcoming moon cycle that we're entering.
Mhm. And with this cycle, we're using the energy of Aries. What did you find?
Yeah, so this moon is the new moon in Aries, which is coming up on April
Oh,
12th, 11th,
11th.
11th or 12th, depending on where you are in the world. It's right at that changing time. Um, and this is we've been kind of looking forward to this moon. I know I have because it is the start of an astrological cycle. We had the full moon in Libra, which was at the very start of the astrological cycle that started at the spring equinox when we moved into the sign of Aries. But that was really still a process of letting go. And this is now where we're going to start planting new seeds for this new cycle. It's a cycle that'll last a year. So that's really exciting to kind of see where we're going to go and what's all going to transpire over the course of the year. So it's just really wonderful, forward moving energy. It's a really great time to start making some concrete action happen.
Yep. No, when I thought about this moon, it really came up with having courage to follow your dreams. You always give us quotes, but the quote that I literally came to mind was "Fortune favors the bold." And so, using this energy to make some sort of leap into what you are dreaming about and what you want to do was really key to being successful with this transition for me.
Oh, absolutely. Aries energy, it's the first sign of the zodiac. And so it does have kind of that childlike quality to it. And I mentioned it last time, I always think of the Fool tarot card and that representation of this young person who's about to embark on this journey. And when they're leading out, they have all of this hope and promise and excitement, and they haven't yet had any of the life circumstances that may make them fearful or doubt their abilities or have kind of a way of talking themselves out of doing things. There's this like inner
Mhm.
confidence and eagerness that it comes with the Aries energy. And it is very much an I am energy. It's very self aware. Aries energy. They want you to know yourself and to step into who you truly are and really present that out into the world with no apologies.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to apologize for who you are. You could just go out and be who you are. And all of that kind of narrative or self-doubt that might have crept in over the course of our human lives that we tend to bring with us through things that happen um, doesn't really apply to this energy. So it's really exciting. We have, over the last several moons, we've really been talking, new moons especially, we've been talking about, you know, getting ready to start thinking of new things you want to bring into your life and dreaming of possibilities and daydreaming about what you want your life to look like. And now we're finally in this energy that is forward motion,
Yep.
and it's, time to move and make these things start coming to fruition, and planting seeds. Like this is perfect opportunity to start doing those little things to start creating forward momentum for bringing about what it is that you want to become or bring into your life or what you
Mhm.
want your life to look like.
Yep. It's all about making those dreams like a reality in your world and becoming, you're stepping into that person that you want to become that we've been talking about for so long. And you've been, we keep telling people to think about who they want to be and to dream and to really start embodying that. And here with this energy, this is where it's telling you you have to leap at some point. I mean, we've talked about this a lot, how you can dream and you can want and you can do all these things. And then it's not until you actually take that leap that the fool does that it actually can kind of, the universe can bring it to you. So,
Yeah, you can start making lists of what you want your life to look like and let the universe start working in your favor, but at some point you're going to have to take the action to move towards that as well.
exactly.
So this is the perfect time to start taking the action, however small it is. It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
big, bold moves. You don't have to suddenly quit your job to start
No.
the. I know you always think I'm talking about you, but you don't always have to quit your job to start something entirely new and leave everything behind. But you can start taking those steps that feel good and feel joyful for you to create, um, and to start moving in a different direction towards what feels right for you.
Exactly. And with this new moon, we have a minor grand trine. Um, and really, with this grand trine, Jupiter, this is like the midpoint with Mars and Jupiter. And this is like the focal point. It brings you some extra good luck. So just use that energy and know that, you have this Aries energy that's telling you to leap. And then in it, you have this extra bonus energy that's giving you a little bit of courage and a little bit of good luck to help you in your endeavors as you as you
Yes.
maybe take a
This is
leap.
this is a hugely supportive moon. We do have a lot happening in Aries. We have the moon in Aries, we have Mercury, Venus, and then we have three asteroids. We have Chiron, Ceres, and Eris, all in Aries at the same time. So there is just that push to move forward.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, all of the planets are direct until April 27th when Pluto goes retrograde. Um, and that doesn't happen very often because some of these planets, like Pluto, has a 5 month retrograde period. So for 5 months, we're going to be, I mean, it's a good time to implement everything that's happened and
Hmm.
kind of, have everything start kind of settling in. But to have this much forward momentum while all the planets are moving direct is huge. Um, and then, with it being the start of the new astrological year, I mean, that's what better time. It's, spring is known for kind of planting seeds and welcoming in new life, and how how
Gosh, yes.
opportune and like synchronistic this energy is to all be coming together at once to kind of like help propel us forward into this new, especially because the last year was so heavy in Capricorn energy, and it was very transformative. And I've talked about it being similar to being like a tower moment
Yeah.
for the whole collective of kind of all these old systems coming apart and new ways of being and all this disruption, and a lot of uh, things were very, very uncomfortable all around. And when the tower falls, that allows for new things to be built. And so now we're in this building phase.
Hmm.
And from the new moon until we move into Taurus on the 19th, Sun will move into Taurus, and with it, Venus will move into Taurus. And that's going to give some really like fertile grounding to whatever seeds you start planting now.
Yep.
So it's going to, whatever you do now has the potential to solidify and take off for the long haul. This is like long term seed energy.
Yeah. I keep, interestingly enough, pulling in my readings. It's been a lot of like the people that it comes across as like a lot of the people that you take with you on this path is part of like the growth. It's a lot more community oriented, I feel like. Whenever I get, I've been pulling readings, it's been very interesting. And if you look at like the Taurus energy and you think about like Mercury is going to be in Taurus too at the same time. Um, so it's
Yeah.
nice
And
that it'll bring it into that grounding energy
I
too.
think a lot of the communal energy is kind of what's left of the planets that are in Aquarius, because we did have that time where so much was in Aquarius, and that's very community based
Mhm.
and collective energy. And we still have some large playing planets that are still in Aquarius that are affecting. And so whatever you do now, it's not just for yourself, but it is also going to benefit the people around you and your friends and family. So
Mhm.
it's really, it's really good.
It is
Um,
good.
yeah. Of course, with Aries energy, you kind of get that forward momentum and you're like, I have to go do all the things. I have
Mhm.
to do all the work and I have to do all the planning and I have to go and be social. And there's like this need to start doing things. And what I was kind of picking up on from this is that, yes, go and do things, but it's almost like there's short bursts of energy. It's
Okay.
not a consistent, it's not a marathon. You get like these short sprints, bursts of forward momentum and harness that and utilize it. But you don't need to go through this period of time kind of burning the candle at both ends with fear of missing out that if you don't do everything now, it's not going to be there later.
Mhm.
It's really important to recognize when you want to rest or when you want to play. Also, this energy is very playful. It's very inner child quality. And with that kind of comes a nurturing of self too. Like
Mhm.
check in with yourself and see, what do I really need at this moment? What
Yeah.
does my inner child, need nurturing? Does it need to play? Does it need to laugh? Does it need to rest? Does it need to go on a hike? Like, ask yourself these things. Your body and your soul know what it needs.
Mhm.
So, and honor that. It's important.
Exactly. And it is interesting, when you talk about the energy and using it, here we are in Aries and it's very emboldening and like, asking you to jump and also to have fun. And then you're going to run right into the Taurus energy where it's going to bring you kind of like it's giving you that momentum to start something and to like fulfill a dream and make a leap, and then you're going to roll right into Taurus. That's going to help you kind of ground that energy and then move you along. So
Mhm.
I don't know, I was just thinking that's kind of
Taurus,
interesting.
Taurus energy, they may have their own time frame for getting things done,
Yep.
and they may, you know, take their time and not be in a rush. But they're in it for the long haul. Like
Yep.
they'll keep going and going and going, and they can be very, it's very reliable energy and supportive.
It
Um,
is.
so it's going to be very, I don't think that it's a coincidence at all that Taurus follows Aries, because
Hmm.
you need someone to kind of like pick up this, the stick from the marathon or the sprint or whatever and keep it going to the next, the torch. That's what
Yep.
I'm thinking of. So you need someone to carry the torch, and it can go really far, um, with Taurus energy. We do, of course, there's always some other aspects that come into play with a moon because it's never just the moon that we're looking at. And we do have a square happening with Pluto and Capricorn,
Yeah.
and that's squaring Venus and also kind of a little bit with the sun as well in Aries. Um, and we had all this Capricorn energy, and it can be pretty heavy energy. And in Pluto is the planet of transformation. And it's kind of like the underworld and the shadow self and all of that. And so when that appears and it's squaring the sun and who you are and who you want to be,
Hmm.
um, we all had transformations over the past year.
Oh my gosh,
So
yes.
no one is the same as they were a year ago. And a lot of that energy was really, um, heavy, and a lot of letting go of either ways that you thought about things or who you thought you were, how you presented yourself to the world, how you interacted with the world. Um, and so we have all of this new energy that we're moving into in this new cycle. And here we are squaring, Pluto and Capricorn. And it can bring up some shadow type things of letting go of who you were,
Hmm.
um, letting go and recognizing the transformation and realizing that there are parts of who you were in the past that are not going to fit into the future that you're moving
Yeah.
into. And that can bring up some fear, it can bring up some self-doubt, it can bring up a sense of loss or grief, it can bring up maybe relationships that no longer fit in the situation anymore. And it's only doing that to kind of show you what maybe you need to honor in yourself that has changed and know who you are and own it with conviction that you know who you are and you don't have to tame yourself or change yourself to fit into anyone's idea of who you used to be or who you should be.
I totally agree.
So,
I mean, we all deal with that, and we all want to be someone, and we all get stuck worrying about what other people think. And I feel like this whole energy, in this last year has really been trying to get us to get away from that and to become the person that we really truly our soul's desire wants us to be. And so I love
yeah,
that. I think it's beautiful
yeah, it's like,
energy if you use it
oh,
correctly.
totally. I think, and what I try to kind of emphasize with a lot of these moon circles is that you yourself are like a powerful spiritual being.
Mhm.
And there's no reason why you shouldn't be stepping into that and exuding your greatness
Yeah,
and in ways that are going to be beneficial not only to yourself but to everyone around you. It doesn't do anyone any good if you're just kind of like shrinking yourself down to fit into something that doesn't match.
exactly. Just be who you want to be.
Yes.
Don't let others hold you back.
No, there's too much that you have to offer.
Exactly. Well, I pulled a card, and interestingly enough, it is a card, once again, that comes up in all of my latest readings, and it's the Ace of Pentacles. So there's, new financial opportunities. It's all about that new birth of success, which I thought, now that we're talking about the moon, I'm like, oh, that's why. I've been seeing this a lot. So make sure you use that energy. And remember, fortune favors the bold. Make your jump if you're
Yeah,
feeling
and
compelled to
with
do so.
every new moon, we kind of try to use that energy to set intentions for what we want to bring into our life. When you're setting intentions, you want to write them as if they are already present in your life. You don't want to use negative words. You want to say, I have this, or I feel like this. And you don't have to keep it tame. Like you can ask and put out there anything that you desire, um, anything that would bring you joy or any way that you want your life to look like. And especially now, like this is like the best time to set intentions. So I have an activity that we've done before in a moon circle, and it's very easy and kind of fun. And so we're going to take planting seeds literally and go ahead and write out on a sheet of paper or on little sticky notes or whatever you would like, your intentions. And then you can take that piece of paper, put it into strips or whatever you'd like, and put it in the bottom of a flower pot, plant or cover it in soil, and then plant flower seeds on top of any kind of flower that you would like, something that speaks to you that's personal. I mean, I love poppies. I would probably do poppies. For some reason, when I was thinking of Aries moon, marigolds popped in. And I believe marigolds are also good for wealth. So if you want to
Mhm.
attract some money, like marigolds are a good thing to plant. So just go to the store and pick any kind of flower seed that you like and put that in your intention pot. And as those flower seeds actually start germinating and growing, so will your intentions. It's just a very literal way of creating a vibration.
I love it. I love it. And my dogs are being a pain in the butt.
Oh,
They're like, he's like coughing and choking on things. I'm like,
oh,
Einstein. um, and we'll also have some journals. So we'll publish that online, and make sure to sign up for the newsletter, and we'll get, like an easy for you to use version of the journal postings as well as the ritual if you want to participate in that. So the link is in the bio. Please sign up for the newsletter. If not, if you follow us on Instagram or Facebook, either one of us, we will share that along to you. So look for us there.
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook at Wise Moon Energy or Wise Moon Magic Circle, which is our private group. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone out there. Have a great new moon. Use that energy and take a leap.